talking to a friend of mine recently, actually, with that, and he lives abroad, and we were just talking about different things, and he had said about moving abroad. He, he's living with his partner, and it's doing really well and all that kind of stuff, but he didn't know a lot of people where he moved to, and we were just having a conversation, and he said something really cool, and I remember thinking, like, it stuck with me. And he was like, yeah, the loneliness can hit sometimes and could be quite hard. But he's like, I've a really grounded understanding of who I am. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's a really good thing to aspire to. Wow. And he was just kind of like, he kind of said, he's like, I've got good friends. I've got good people around me that I can count on. But he's also like, I suppose I kind of hear them when they talk to me. I remember the connections, and I think it's like, I suppose he's got that kind of in the pot that he can kind of go back to. But I think it's quite a good thing to be able to go back to be able to kind of go, oh no, this is who I am, my understanding of myself. And, I think a really obvious thing that might affect that in the world we are now is like the social media and stuff like that. I think if you're on your own, it's too easy to kind of pick up your phone and all of a sudden you're in someone else's world or looking at someone else's life and you're forgetting about yourself, and forgetting about... And it's hard to be okay with yourself all the time, and if you're not feeling too good about that, then that can kind of change your perception of other things as well. And, I think you can get, I know myself, if I have anxiety and all of a sudden like nothing is changing in my environment, everything's changing in my head, I have tunnel vision. I don't think about okay, well no, I've got good people in my life who, I'm a good friend, or I'm a good, whatever, and people I can count on, or people who can count on me, and these things are good, and I'm having a bit of a hard time. That's easy to say when you're not in the hard time, Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting thing, and I think we spend a lot less. Well, I think we spend a lot less time with ourselves because we have the social media and stuff like that as well. The social media, I sound like an Ellen. But you know what I mean? I think it's like the meditating and stuff like that. I think it's amazing. I've never been able to really do it myself, but I have a lot of friends who are really good at practicing it. And I think, it's definitely something that it'd be nice things we've got to work towards and aspire to. But yeah, I think I'm answering your question. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's an answer.
It's an answer. So I remember you said before, and that reminded me of my friend saying that. I will always kind of go a grounded understanding of myself. I think that's a really, really sweet spot to have. And he's right, like he's amazing, and we all love him, and he's dead right. But he's far away, like he's not seeing his friends as much as he would have, and I think it's great that he has that there, and I hope that stays with him. So because
I think if you can put that work in, like if you have, like you said, that good understanding of self, who you are, then what amazing it is to have connections. And I don't know, for me anyway, it feels like you're kind of like building this kind of like metaphorical armor, and that like the fantastic times are still fantastic, you really appreciate them, but you also know, like deep down, the idea of who you are. And then when the times are really, really tough, you can still come back to, I know deep down.
Yeah.
And so like, while the external thing is obviously going to affect you, it's like less of, it's like, it's not the dominating thing.
Yeah, totally. It is, and it's being able to get your mind back to that, being able to kind of be aware of your own, like, again, like I know I can only ever speak for myself, like with my own feelings of anxiety, they can come quite overwhelming. So being able to kind of go, oh no, I know what this is, I need to figure this out, or I see you there, and I kind of like live with it, and I don't try and brush it away, but I kind of go, right, I know you're there, but I'm gonna try and put something else in here as well to not let this overtake.
It's like how I describe it is like the ultimate perspective. It's like when you're getting bombarded by like these thoughts or whatever, it's like, wait, hold on a minute.
I'm not so sure about it.
I don't know if I want to follow these thoughts.
But sometimes you ever just stop yourself, you go, why am I saying this to myself? Like, why am I the worst critic I have? Like, I'm sorry to be looking back on things, but I think we can be, like, I know I can be my own worst enemy, and I think a lot of people can, and it's it's hard. And I think it's not just, I don't think it's just an Irish thing either. Like, I know we have this whole thing of like, we kind of slag ourselves and kind of, self-deprecating, and it's almost like a comfort thing as well. And, if you're kind of not you know, if you're, I suppose, proud of yourself, or you kind of big yourself up, you've got notions all of a sudden, or, you know, it's just ridiculous. And it's just ridiculous, you know, it's just finding that balance of being able to kind of, you know, be happy with yourself, but accept that, like, you know, you're going to mess up things from time to time. That's okay. But don't sit there at 4 a.m. going, oh my God, that conversation I had with someone last week, how could I say it that way? And just zoning that one thing that you did that no one even cares about. Never mind all the cool things you did in the last 7 days. It's that one thing you did. So, yeah.